With cancer rates rising in young adults, a rise in chronic conditions, and depression rates at an all-time high, this hassle is putting our nation's health at a real risk. So here with tips for finding a doctor you can connect with at a practice that offers tools for a convenient patient experience is Dr. Bob Murray, a national healthcare technology expert and practicing physician who serves as Chief Medical Officer at Next Gen Healthcare. Good morning, doctor. How are you doing?
I'm great. Good morning to you.
Good, good. All right. So what is, accessing and managing healthcare currently like for most Americans?
Well, I think for a lot of Americans, as you just pointed out, it can be a hassle. They spend a lot of hours every month managing their own healthcare or those of their loved ones, and they still, maybe don't have a primary care physician or they're putting off care. And so we really encourage people to look for a practice that kind of lowers that hassle level, that is really interested in valuing their time as patients and engaging with them, and uses technology and digital tools to let them get their care more efficiently and therefore more effectively.
Yeah, and why is it so important to reduce that hassle when it comes to healthcare?
Well, I think it's like anything. Healthcare is only one aspect of people's lives, and if it's a hassle, they might not do it or they might put it off. And so, we want people to be able to schedule appointments online, to be able to ask questions about their most recent doctor visit or their upcoming visit, and be able to get those questions answered. All of that reduction in hassle leads to a better connection with the healthcare providers, and as a practicing physician, it lets me take care of you better.
Yeah. What does, what new options does technology offer patients for managing, their health from home or even on the go?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of options out there. So we at Next Gen Healthcare, make technology for doctors' offices all over the country. And, as you're looking for a doctor, kind of look at their website, see, do they offer those kinds of appointments that you can schedule online? You don't have to call the office and get on hold, to schedule an appointment. Can you message your practice? Can you look at your results, your lab results? Could you have a video visit if you wanted? All these little things add up to an easier connection to that practice. And so that may be a practice that is a better choice than one who's not able to use those tools.
I see, yeah. And how does one, quote, shop for a doctor who's like a good personality fit, that has the experience and really values our time as patients?
Yeah, I always actually recommend people start with word of mouth, talk to your friends and family. Who do they see? Who do they like? Go to that practice's website and check it out. But also, don't be afraid to shop around. Just because you found a doctor and you had an appointment, if it didn't go well or something happened at the practice, let them know, politely. But don't be afraid to find somebody else. It's really important that you can try to find a doctor that you can connect with and that is able to convince you maybe to make some better healthcare choices, or that you trust to come up with a plan for treating you that you feel like you're getting good care. That connection is important, and it's worth a little bit of legwork to find and to hold on to.
Mm-hmm. And as a new patient going to, a new doctor, how do you approach that first appointment and, feel comfortable with asking what you need taken care of?
Yeah, as a family doctor, I recommend that people actually give it a little bit of thought, just a minute or two, and then write it down. What are you looking for in this visit? What are you trying to get out of that visit? Bring that with you. Hopefully the doctor's office offers technology that you can do a lot of the paperwork or whatever online, so you can really spend that valuable time with the provider, but bring those notes about what it is that you hope to accomplish, because the doctor ought to be very thankful that you did, because it guarantees, or it at least makes it much more likely, that you'll be able to have that conversation, even if it's about something that's hard to talk about, but you can have that conversation that can then lead to that better healthcare outcome.
Doctor, I'm just going to ask you something quickly too about, that you hear about bedside manner. And we're talking about personality fit. It's okay to switch doctors if you're not happy. I think people get stuck in that rut of going to the same doctor just because they've done it for years. But if you're not comfortable, you need to make that switch.
I agree. As long as there's another options around you, which not everybody has, but most people do, yeah. And doctors shouldn't get mad when you go for another opinion. That's not typical. So yes, you're not trapped in the relationship with the doctor that you have. So you should try to look for one that that you trust and that is kind of a good fit for you, not just in the exam room, but the whole practice that offers that convenience and hassle-free or low hassle interactions that let you get care even when you're not in the office itself.
And for our viewers watching at home, where can they go to get more information and just learn more about how technology is revolutionizing, doctors' visits and primary care?
Sure, they can always just check out our website at NextGen Healthcare, which is nextgen.com.
Thank you so much. We love talking to medical professionals because we are not. And we have a lot of questions. I know a lot of viewers do too. And sometimes, like you said, if it's hassle, you don't feel comfortable going to the doctor and they might catch something. And if you go and get regular checkups, then you're being preventative with your health care, and that's important instead of it being such a hassle. And I agree with that, doctor. So thank you for your time this morning. We really appreciate it.
Anytime. Thank you.
Thank you.
All righty. All right, you guys, lots more fun to come on Ozarks Fox AM after this. Don't go anywhere.